But yeah, it was just back and forth, so he wasn't able to get these constant
Where
passive
there is
procs.
light,
And I think
there
that
are
this
also
connection recognition
shadows.
has something to do with that global presence of Luo Yi. So I believe it's already been banned from based on the sound, but we'll see in a second.
Value in me.
Maybe if you wanna just eliminate that global presence from Moscow, from Chip, from Luo Yi, Btr can play quote-unquote normally with Geek Fam and kind of win out on the team fights in the middle game and also in the late game.
my own path.
We'll have to wait and see. And I'm really curious to see like what kind of strategies we can see here. Here's the drafting phase officially presented by our official tournament smartphone, Samsung Galaxy S24 series. And already the Moscow falling again in the hands of Geek Fam. But the Luo Yi, now in the hands of Btr, not a foolproof solution, but now a massive advantage in the maneuverability. If you thought that in the early game, Btr were outmaneuvering Geek Fam, they're gonna do so even more here with this Luo Yi advantage.
Now what's gonna be the answer for Coach Bluffsy? I think if you wanna deal with the Luo Yi, you have to have some kind of durability and also counter-engage potential. And I'm thinking something like... What?
Faramis?
Maybe, and there's no Valentina as well from Btr Alpha, unless they played Rome. But it's still gonna be the Fasha. Maya making an appearance once again in this playoffs.
Wow. This Masha just seems to be that much prior. You know, we saw that a lot of people were respect banning the export against Luke. Maybe it's the Masha all along. Unless Btr wants to literally fight the fire of the Masha with fire with the export. It gets banned away immediately though. Btr will not let that slide.
Seems like for Geek Fam, the answer to how they can sustain is, we'll just use Luke as the sacrifice.
Yeah.
As long as he can force Btr Alpha back, our backline will be good to go. This Moskov thrives in the chaos of these chaotic team fights that Geek Fam have been able to force on Btr Alpha. So for BTR, the main way right now is a pure front to back. For Geek Fam, it's a pure
chaos.
It's pure chaos. It's a brawl, literally a brawl.
Almost seems like for Geek Fam, if they can get the fight moving forward, if they're always the ones aggressing, they do really well, right? But when we see Geek Fam, if they go back and forth, by the way, if they're just kiting back and forth, that can work as well for Geek Fam. But I don't think I see Geek Fam do really well when they're the ones completely just steamroll, right? That is an approach that we haven't seen so far. But with the X-Borg and the Paquito ban away, there is certainly some kind of concern for that backline. From the looks of it, it might be the Vexana, if you think about it, with the Novaria and the Novaria mainly banned away already.
So the Masha has already been picked from Luke. I want to ask you a question, Arashi. Like, so obviously Masha is a problem for any backline that Btr Alpha is picking, but what do you think a gold laner that counter Masha the most, or like, it's not really threatened that much against a Masha? Or is there no one?
Oh man, I think that's a question better fitted for Mirko, a gold lane player who was playing the game during the age of Masha.
Yeah, the solution is not from the gold lane itself, just from the teammates that's trying to kite or like peel.
Weigh in on this, Mirko.
When the Masha was in the meta in Rome, and when I was playing gold lane up against Masha, I opted not to play gold lane. That's how unfun it is, right? I play the role that's fun. Jungle is so boring, but when a Masha's on the other side, hey, give me Fred, give me Berhat, give me Baksha, it's all good, especially when you get the Faramis as well.
Yeah.
The Faramis was left open. We were talking about how the Faramis would be great, and it was left open through the second phase. No Valentina to counter it, and Btr Alpha will have to outlayer the HP and the damage from Geek Fam. They have so much consistent damage and burst. Oh, Geek Fam have such a scary draft right now.
Could it be a Minotaur though?
If time is a
With
river,
card control, sustain as well. The upward in the time for some maneuverability.
Okay,
Here comes, wait, Esmeralda.
That's actually pretty good against Masha in lane, right, Chefin?
Yeah, in lane, yeah, but there's really no peel, I guess, provided by the Masha. I feel like it would be better if they went for a Ruby instead. Oh, it's banned by them. Okay.
I guess the Aura technically can have crowd control, Barat and Luo Yi too. When it comes to a full-on damage output match though, it's looking more even, but this Natan just hasn't been working as well as this Moskov again and again. There's a chance that like how Don was doing on the Esmeralda, the backline can be just zoned away so far away from the main fight that Bigachon can get a huge advantage. That's a big if though.
He's going to have to rely on the creative ultimates. And at least back in the regular season, we didn't see Moreno do that.
Yep, and still the same game plan for Geek Fam, overloading the Natan with the damage, with the engage coming in from Bolowski and Luke. Let's see though if it's gonna come to fruition here in game number 2. Game that's gonna decide, or will it go to Geek Fam even more? Let's see in the land of dawn for game 2 of Geek Fam versus BTR.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, off the bat,
Welcome
as always,
to
keep your
Mobile
eyes
Legends.
on that mid lane with the Arlet and the Low Yi. There's a lot of kill potential. Might just result in something of a first blood. Looking at the clear speed though, it's the age-old. It's so funny that we've seen so many developments, but now all roads lead back to the Barats and the Frederick.
Okay, let's see. Oh, already. So Rizzo is very, very aggressive with this Esmeralda, something that being provided, but this is gonna be XP laner.
It's kind of scary though this time round, right? The mid control, not the best for Bigachon. Alpha gets pulled back, has that skill 1.
Wow.
Is able to buy quite a bit of time to distract Ray.
Again, a ticking time bomb, Arashi. This time for both. They have an Natan on Bigachon Alpha, but Geek Fam, they have a solution here in Luke. What do you think what's gonna happen in the late game if it's gonna go there?
In the late game, I mean, Luke, of course, will be an absolute menace to squishies and tanky heroes alike, but Soriza with the sustain has a chance of being at least that much more annoying to actually distract the rest of Geek Fam, right? We talk about kiting, and right now, for Bigachon, it's the same issue. There's no real kiting potential, so they're kind of doubling down on the attempt of just managing, just competing in damage output. And in theory, the Natan can outdamage the Moskov, especially with the true damage component later on with the Starlium, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oof. Oh, already very aggressive in the bottom lane. Ray, though, might be punishing.
Yup, good taunt on the knockup as well. Chidera should be able to find a Spear of Misery, and he gets it right as Key pops the Vengeance, so he gets pushed and shoved back to tier 1. First blood for the Moskov.
Assisting his own death, Key going in. Not really the best decision there, but what can you do?
It's a lot of damage. Placed down by Chorizo onto a boy. Super Ken rotating as well. A boy does have the Purify, but Luke does not. Still able to evade from the missiles, and it's Moreno, Ken, and Chorizo at level 4. Key, not level 4 just yet. Beloyski has that Divine Judgment to lock him down. Vengeance and the stun onto Beloyski. He still has the Divine Judgment once again, but Falling Star will be able to catch them. Dispersion and rotation enough to take him down, but a Thunderclap goes on to Chorizo, and Key wants to shove them and zone them away from this first turtle that should be claimed by Bigachon Alpha. Ooh, the Fraser's Wrath though. Key pops the Vengeance and gets slain by a boy.
A bit unnecessary. 2 times Key have fallen down in this match. Gives 2 kills towards Geek Fam, but same story once again. BTR dominating on the objective fights.
2 kills for the neutral objective. Considering the fact that it was a Barat, there was an Arlet and a Low Yi. This is a very strong trio mid combination, and yet Geek Fam were still able to find value from it. That is something that really isn't really encouraging for Bigachon, so they gotta be a bit more careful here.
Hold up though in the bottom lane. That's Final Slash connecting. Beloyski very low. Doesn't decide to go for the Divine Judgment. Eman shoos them away with the Entropy.
So saw game fact by Kope Arashi that time. Luke 4 picks with Masha 100%. Pretty much the same with Helkurt's Beloyski, or Beloyski's Helkurt. So there should be a proper respect being paid in the drafting phase, I feel like.
Oh, good retreat. Oh, Divine Judgment! Baloy finds him even with the flicker. Eman cannot escape, and Key is caught all the way. Only can go Vengeance. One last shot should do it. A boy's chasing him down. The Ghost Burster, and even the whip down. But it's not enough to take Key out. Not now.
But they have found Eman. Geek Fam once again with the proactive moves right here. You saw that Bigachon, they're sending resources to the gold lane, but Geek Fam are just so much cleaner with it, with the engage tools. But now Dayton is welcome.
Right onto a boy, no Netherrealm. He can't use it. Not now.
Okay, even game right now, gold lead. Not even 100, and right now 200 for Bigachon Alpha. So anything can still happen in this match, in this game. The momentum can still swing towards Bigachon, especially with this kind of draft. If Eman gets the peel that he needs, the safety that he needs, he might be able to carry Bigachon Alpha to victory.
See the scouting here from Geek Fam, just so much better. It's always like they have Beloyski as a vision tool, securing some kind of info every single time. And Chumi already used right here to try and burst the turtle down though. Bigatron, bold moves.
Goes straight for it, Ray! Tribulation! Ray comes up, steals it away. And now Spirit Destruction connects onto the back line. Chadera able to take it, but Key jumps on and Divine Judgment to lock him down before he can even go for the final slash, but that's his welcome. Catches on the Chadera. Cerezo in the midst of it all, dealing some damage, but it's not going to be enough to take anyone down. Chadera still spacing, still going out, but now finally gets caught up by Cerezo as Luke jumps in with a thunderclap onto him, but he's able to entropy just right away. Luke still chasing, Beloyski going to be chased down by Cerezo as well, but he's not able to fully get onto him. Meanwhile, thunderclap one onto Moreno. Luke very low and taken down by Super Ken.
What just happened? It looked really good for Geek Fam, and I feel like they're not respecting the fact that Cerezo is there as some kind of TPS in the early game.
You know what happened? That's the Luo Yi power, man. That's a lot of damage that Moreno was just spamming it out again and again. And of course, Eman with the hits that just hit multiple people. And as you said, Trevin, the Esmeralda from Cerezo staying in the front, doing damage. When everyone's clumping up like that, especially with the Netherrealm in play, this Esmeralda has a lot of value. We've seen it before. But this is Bigatron just doubling down on the 5v5s, on the long team fight. And you can see, if they don't get immediately bursted down, if they don't really lose members outright in the beginning of the fight, they have enough damage to really match out Geek Fam. But these diversions really haven't been as impactful.
The stat line, the KDA might be 2-0-3, but so far the diversion is just night and day when a boy used it in the first game. But it's still early game though, there's still a lot of time for him to make up for it. Now, 1K gold lead for Bigatron Alpha.
Flicker Divine Judgment into the burst, but the Ghost Bursters not enough to take him down.
Lack of burst damage, but diversion from Moreno.
Where's it gonna go? They don't take it.
Nope. Still waiting for the next opportunity, but Geek Fam, always the more proactive one. Oh, voice Star Moon!
Just trying to poke it, just trying to poke Ray.
Ooh, zoning him away from the neutral objective as well, though. There's two members out here. They're gonna get a turret, but they're gonna trade it for the turtle, unless Chadera wants to participate. But no, Geek Fam as a whole just let it go. And this is something that's very good from Geek Fam. Their willingness to let go of objectives when it doesn't really seem like a realistic option.
Yeah, and I feel like I would prefer a turret, even though it's an outer turret, compared to a turtle, because it gives you so much room to explore, especially a hero like Luke. It's a lot of space, it's a lot of vision.
Super Ken, now in the midst of it all, goes in for Dancer's Welcome, cancels out with Divine Judgment, Punish Slash, cancels out with Divine Judgment as well. Super Ken still able to survive, another round popped. Now the Esmeralda posturing, trying to zone them away from this turret, but Chadera, Spear of Misery away to Cerezo. He has the top lane pushed up, a diversion onto the back, but Bigatron Alpha are unable to find anything.
Weird engage coming in from Geek Fam. That was towards a full HP Super Ken as a Barats.
That's because of the positioning. Bigatron understands that they can let Super Ken tank some of this damage. He's tanky enough to withstand it, at least initially. And because of that, they're letting him take the first hit, and then they're counter-engaging with the final slash, with the damage and the passive coming from Luo Yi. And now they're going for Ray.
Ooh, Star Moon doesn't go for it.
The missiles. Almost, but not enough. And now, Geek Fam still not much going on so far. Still 1K, so not much gold swing, not much momentum swing happening in the map or happening in this game. Anything can still happen with this kind of composition, and Beloyski so far has been quiet, and you know, when Beloyski is quiet, something's gonna happen in a second.
It's almost like he's forced to really try and react now, getting surprised again by the jungle control from Bigatron. Very early Daytona's welcome though. It will result in a turret, even though it wasn't exactly a critical factor. 2K gold ahead. Now, it looks like Geek Fam are the ones confused. They can't really find a way to get a reliable flank anymore. No macro diversion and a shortcut portal. And in the front to back, it seems like as long as Super Ken is the one that gets picked up initially, there are ways for Bigatron to come out on top here. Especially with a combination, a solid front line along with an Esmeralda, but oh, Beloyski!
Forced to flicker. That's pretty big. 1 HP bar down on Luke. Trying to run away now. Another stun comes down upon him. Spear of Destruction. Able to connect on Super Ken, getting an angle. But Amon is forced to use the entropy defensively. Now Luke down to a second HP bar, can go for the thunderclap, but gets shredded down. Meanwhile, Chorizo in the back line doing a good job. Moreno gets rid of Loisky. Ray finds the Appraiser's rapid super can out retrieves him. Diversion to the back, but no one takes it. Luke has a thunderclap, is going for it, loses 1 HP bar, but it can only get Key with that thunderclap. Iman takes him out. It's a favorable trade for the Red Robots.
Very unfortunate. Ray has the chance, but Super can still comes out on top. Eman very aggressive at this point of the game.
Aggressive moves from Bigatron. A different look right here. They're not scared of taking a fight. The fact that they used several ultimates before the initial fight actually erupted there in the Lord Pit, and they were still able to come out on top. They're just doing everything so well right here, zoning away Luke, keeping him always in their sights, zoning him away from the backline members, and still trying to make sure that they can get the right amount of control, funneling everyone into one situation, and saving the final slash to try and just corral everyone in the same direction. Now with the Lord coming in, can they go for more? Okay.
Oh, a final slash with a diversion earlier. Not able to connect onto anything, but look at the entropy, look at the damage. Moreno just gets rid of a void before he can even use the Nether Realm. Luke with the thunderclap, now finding Moreno on the shutdown. Luke with a flicker forward. Meanwhile, Chorizo is in him as of it all, but gets stunned up. That's a big Appraiser's wrath. And once again, Geek Fam are finding ways to come back of a gold deficit. This time, though, Iman was able to survive that dive, that assassination attempt from Luke. This time, they're also able to take a base turret, but Geek Fam find a momentum shift.
Not only getting a kill, but also eliminating the DPS from the fight. Luke is doing work at this time. Look at the items. Already BOD and Heptasis.
More importantly, Iman just finished the Holy Crystal, so both gold laners at a 3-item power spike. But you saw who was targeted in that fight. It was Moreno. Look at that version though. A bit of a deja vu situation, but Veloisky!
Oh, wait! Flicker, no Divine Judgment. Might be a blunder. Divine Judgment defensively onto Key. Now he gets shredded down. That's it as welcome. Able to find the Masha. Iman trying to do some damage right now, but it's not going to be enough. It's that's Chadera, who bats him down and on Spirit of Destruction as well. Geek Fam are utilizing this momentum to collapse on BTR.
Key's gotta cool his head down, man. So far, every time, just unnecessary vengeance over and over again into his death. And now Geek Fam, this is gonna be a gold swing to their favor. They might be wait for this one.
3 seconds for the respawn. Luke is going for that thunderclap. You can see it in his eyes.
He wants it. He wants it bad, but he won't be able to get it just yet. Base tower taken though in that whole sequence. It is on the side of the map where the Lord will be spawning, so Geek Fam not really pressed just yet. But man, Bigatron took that fight under their turret with Veloisky seemingly making a blunder, and yet they did not come out on top. I wanted to see how Moreno got taken out, because he's a very important component right here. He needs to stay alive.
They can blitz this.
They can. With Chadera. It seems Bigatron Alpha are unaware of this Lord take.
What?
And Geek Fam just get it. They sneak it under Bigatron Alpha. They did not react. They didn't go for anything. Diversion as well. And no one takes it.
I don't know what happened with Bigatron. When the mid game comes, when the late game comes, somehow they lose all their advantages.
Season 11 all over again.
Yeah, it's gone. I'm sorry, this might be a deja vu to Bigathrow.
Bigathrow.
So many nicknames back in Season 11. PTSD for me, man. Bigachoke, Bigathrow, so many names.
Hey, this might be your fault too, man. You predicted 3-0 for PTR.
Hey, man, I thought it was going to be a mere bless.
Turns out it's just not that simple. Now with the Lord coming in, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. There's a lot of damage available for Bigatron to go for the clear. And Mon and Moreno can do great, Chorizo as well. I think it all comes down to if they can deny Veloisky making a play. He's looking for it right now, keeping your eyes on him.
Flicker, Divine Judgment finding Key. And Lord charges in now, Luke in the back line with another realm as well. That's a turret taken down, Key as well. Another thunderclap into the back line, but look at him on, still free hitting. The Spurgeon rotation connecting Chorizo. Now a diversion. Oh! Luke thunderclap, one last hit him on! Is able to escape and Chorizo gets rid of Luke. A mid lane base turret for 2 members.
Whew. Ooh, man. Intense. And look at the highest damage dealt in that fight for Geek Fam. It ain't Chadera, man. It's Luke. That Masha was just absolutely menacing, forcing battle spells out there. But of course, fighting in the base, that's the most dangerous situation. Now with Aman picking up the Wind of Nature, things might look quite differently. as the diversion comes in. Bigatron, they're trying to look for something here when Luke isn't available.
Whoa. Concealed by Key. Trying to look for a final slash, an angle to go for the final slash, but Beloyski doing the same thing. A good dispersion to rotate. Three-man final slash into the depth as well. Covered on the Netherrealm HP. Super Ken losing immortality. And on the back still trying to cut away, but Super Ken is completely isolated. And Tadera will be able to melt him down.
They're chasing.
A full chase. Ray with a taunt, with a knock-up as well. Another knock-up onto Cerezo. Tadera jumps forward with the Abyss Walker, but Abyss step. But the diversion will be used defensively to get them out of that chase.
Look at that Luke lurking in the shadows. He's not as brave as the engage earlier in the base, but he's trying to pick out his targets. And this time around, it's got to be Eman, man. It's already late game. He has all the items. He has all the golds. Already level 15. It's a threat to consider for Geek Fam, and I like the way Geek Fam played at a time.
There is Eman to consider, but there's also Moreno on the low Yi. He has the Wind of Truncheon, and Man has the Wind of Nature, so there are outplay tools available. But if Luke is able to just go on one of them, force the usage of the item, and go for the other, he can just very easily burn out two value items. As Geek Fam, look at this. They're the ones having control. Bigatron are confused. They're worried on where to go. They are concerned about another Lord Sneak. They should try and set up a trap or something, because they have to try and make a play, unless they want to just keep going and fight Geek Fam at their own game. This is where Geek Fam likes to be, the 5v5. All out straightforward.
If there's a Kumar bush, there's a Beloy bush. That there, near the purple buff. A flying is coming. A concealed play is coming.
Okay. Final slash onto nothing. Ray now. Surreal spots him in the back now. Beloyski finds the divine judgment onto Eman. And it's Luke, the two BBs. The big brain and the big boy collapses on the Btr Alpha. But Moreno able to find the shield now, taunted up. Moreno falling to avoid an Appraiser's Wrath and a Shadow Stampede to drag them back into the hands of the rest of Geek Fam. Only one member traded in, and it's a complete wipeout.
How many times you want this story to play out? It's the same thing over and over again. Game number 2, Geek Fam. The mental fortitude, the absolute mercy of the late game. Beloy, the decision making, the concealed plays. Just incredible.